Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is for this super cute flower trinket tray, ring bowl, whatever you want to call it. This is a great project to use up any scrap yarn that you have. I made this in multiple weights and each one was about ½ centimeter bigger than the last one, but they're roughly about 4 to 5 inches. For this project, you'll need 2 colors of yarn that are the same weight. I'm using a light sport weight, green for my base or my stem and yellow for the petals. I'm using a 3.5, but I used a 4 for all of the other flowers that I've made. Scissors, tapestry needle, and optional stitch markers. And now please feel free to pause and check out the abbreviations that we'll be using today. Alrighty, round 1, we're gonna start by making a magic ring. If you're not sure how to make one, that's a-okay. You can also chain 3 and slip stitch into the first one to create a little hole that we'll work into. I do have a short posted that shows my method for making this magic ring. I think it's super duper easy. It's almost like you're creating a slip knot, but you're not pulling it through, if you know what I mean. But anyway, now we're going to chain 1 and then make 6 single crochets into our magic ring or into our little circle that we've made. Once you've made your 6 single crochet, you're going to tighten the circle and slip stitch into the first single crochet that you made. You're going to ignore that chain 1. It should be pretty small and hard to see anyway, but go ahead and make that slip stitch and then we'll start round 2. Also, you'll see me pulling and tightening my circle often throughout this video, and I would recommend everyone else to do that too. Okie dokie, round 2. Now we're going to single crochet increase in every stitch around. So you're going to put 2 single crochets in every stitch. So right where we just made that slip stitch, no chaining 1, just go straight into the single crochet and then do it twice, and then 2 more in the next one, 2 more in the next one, and you should end up with 12 single crochets at the end of this round. Also, if you're a beginner or you haven't made many circles in the round before, definitely put your stitch marker into the first single crochet that you make to mark the beginning of the round and make it easier for yourself at the end when we slip stitch into it. So continue making an increase in every stitch around and I'll see you at the end. Okay, fantastic. Time to slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made. Ignore the slip stitch that you can see. We're never going to crochet into that. So skip that, slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made. It might be a little bit tight, you can kind of see me struggling with it, but I got it, you got it. Yay, we're at round 3. So now in the very first stitch, we're going to make a single crochet. And then in the next stitch, you're going to increase. And you're going to repeat that around the row. Do 1 single crochet in one stitch, increase in the next. In my head, I'm counting out that first stitch that I did as 3, and now this increase in my head, I'm counting 1, 2, and the next one is 3, and then I'm going to go back to 1, 2 when I do my increase, and I'm going to end on an increase as well. So continue doing that around the row, single crochet, and then an increase, and I will see you when I am doing my final increase. Alright, so here I am putting in my final 2 single crochets. You should end up with 18 single crochets. And then we're going to slip stitch to our first one. And I'm showing it a bit closer up, but again, we're going to skip over that tiny little slip stitch and we're going to go into the first single crochet that we made. Ta-da! Beautiful! Time for round 4. In the very first stitch, we're going to do an increase, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next, and then another 1 single crochet in the next stitch. So increase, 2 in 1, followed by 1 in the next 2. And so if you count the way that I do in my head, you're going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go back to the next increase, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll see you guys at the end of the row. Alrighty, we're at the end. You should have ended on a lone single crochet and 24 total stitches. And now we're going to slip stitch into our first single crochet, and then we'll start round 5. Woohoo, round 5. So in our first stitch, we're going to put a single crochet, then do 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next, and now we're going to do an increase. And so if you're counting the same way, the way that we started this round was with a 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're gonna end on a 1, 2. We're gonna end on an increase. So I'll meet you back at the end. Alrighty, so you should have 30 single crochets, and now we're going to slip stitch into the first one to end the round as always. Alrighty, round 6 is where we're going to switch things up a little bit. Chain 1 and then turn your work so that we're looking at the back of the circle now. We're now going to be working in the opposite direction that we were before, so it's going to feel backwards. Skip the chain that we just created and the slip stitch, and you're going to single crochet into the back loop of every stitch around. So instead of putting your hook under both loops, it's only going to be the loop that's farther away from you. So just continue single crocheting in the back loop only, and I'll see you when you reach the end of the round. Alrighty, so you should have 30 single crochets now. If you have 29, it's probably this teeny tiny little stitch that you're like, do I or don't I? You do. Teeny tiny. That's our last one. That is going to be number 30, and then we're going to slip stitch into the first single crochet of this round. So we are doing our final slip stitch, and now we have a cute little tray. The very beginning of our little bowl. How exciting. Alrighty, and now we're at the easy repeat rounds. So all you're going to do is single crochet around in every single stitch and slip stitch to finish it off. And you're going to do that for rounds 7, 8, and 9. I'll see you at the end of that. Okie dokie, so I've completed my 3 rounds and now I'm slip stitching, finishing it up. How exciting, because now we're holding what looks to be a cute little tray. And so we're going to do our slip stitch, we're going to chain 1, fasten off. We're cutting it, and we're going to start with our new yarn. It's coming to life now, guys. Yay, take a sec to admire all of your hard work. It's looking so cute. We're about to make a flower, guys. So cute. Okay, time to get yarn bee. Pick your cute little flower color. So first you're going to start by making a slip knot, and then you're going to put that off to the side, grab your hook, and you're going to insert it into the very last stitch that we made, slash first. You know what I mean? It's a slip stitch that we just made. And so now we're going to put the yarn on our hook, pull that through, and make a slip stitch just to attach it. And now we're just going to make a single crochet in that stitch and every stitch around. And then we're going to slip stitch to the first one at the end. As always, so simple, guys. So I'll see you at the end when we have our newest row of 30 single crochets. And so here I am doing my final one, and it looks like a big little gap, but as long as you have 30, then you're good to go. And you're gonna slip stitch to the first one, and then it'll be time for the next round, which is the exciting one, where we're gonna make our petals. Alrighty, so every petal is going to be made the width of 5 stitches, and each one will have 2 in them. So the first one, you're going to chain 2 and then double crochet into that same stitch. The second stitch, you're going to double crochet and then treble crochet or triple crochet. And for a triple crochet, you yarn over twice at the beginning, and then you'll pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I messed up a little bit right there. Yarn over, pull through 2. And then in this third one, we're going to put 2 treble crochets. So there we are, seeing how it's made again. Time for the second one. And then in the 4th stitch, we're going backwards now. After we finish this, in the 4th stitch, it is going to be a treble crochet and then a double crochet. And finally, for our last one in the 5th, we are going to do a double crochet. Then you're going to chain 2 and slip stitch into that same stitch where we just put the double crochet. And then once you finish that, you're going to slip stitch in the next stitch and repeat the above 5 more times. So you're going to make 5 more petals. I'll show you one more time how to make the full petal without a voiceover, and I'll see you at the end when we have a pretty little flower. Alrighty, so I am just working into my final stitch now. I'm doing my double crochet, chain 2, and slip stitch. So I'll just show you that real quick. And now we're going to slip stitch into our very first slip stitch that we made. Just anywhere in at the beginning. This is honestly really forgiving if you're not doing the exact right one. We just want to slip stitch to the first petal, connect them, make it look beautiful. Then you're going to chain 1 and fasten off. You're going to cut it, tighten it. We're all done. How gorgeous is this? Alrighty, so all that's left to do now is weave in the ends and we're done. And there it is, all done. I had so much fun making this tutorial, and I would love to see your finished creations. They're on my socials, so you can tag me, follow me, let's be friends. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, or if you have any questions, or if you have any requests for future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!